My wife is 8 months pregnant. Having spent the last 2 years doing rigorous research and working on myself and my marriage, I feel super ready to take on this whole parenting thing I keep hearing about. But I'm concerned about my ability to follow through. I'd like to know if there were situations as a parent that really tested your resolve, and if there's any aspects of parenting that no amount of research had prepared you for.
Yeah, sorry to lead off with such an easy question.
No, that's great. No, I can think of one today. I can think of one today. It's not every day. I didn't realize how vulnerable I was going to be to my own child. And I think that very vulnerability is at the root of a lot of parent-child conflicts, both healthy conflicts and unhealthy conflicts. And I'll give you a very brief sort of synopsis of what happened. But I'm surprised at the degree of vulnerability that I have towards my daughter and how much I want to look good in her eyes. Like if we're doing some stupid physical thing, like we were at this place where you can go with this rope ladder over the swimming pool with these big lily pads that float and stuff. And she learned how to do it really well. And I was like, she's like, Daddy, you do it. And I'm like, I really want to do a great job, because I want to be the coolest guy for her. And suddenly it became really important. And, because I'm big and it's designed for kids, I didn't do a great job. I kind of struggled across, but I sort of did okay. And so we were sort of joking about that afterwards, that she was sort of laughing because I was, swaying and all that kind of stuff, relying on brute strength rather than any delicacy whatsoever or flexibility. And so it was really, and it remains a surprise to me, the degree of vulnerability that I feel towards my daughter's good opinion of me or good impression of me or good thoughts about me. That's something that I've not really heard a lot of parents talk about. In fact, I don't think I've ever read or heard about it. But I think you will find, particularly as your kids get older, that if you're really in touch with yourself and in touch with them, there's a lot of vulnerability in being a parent.
The idea that a God creates humanity in order to be worshipped is the foundational mythology of parenting, that we have children in order to be worshipped, that we have children in order to be loved. This is so basic to parenting. This is parenting, and always has been, and must not be in the future. It must not be in the future. The measure of success in the interaction between you and I is your happiness in the long run. It is not my ego gratification. It is not my veneration. The fundamental illusions of motherhood. And we'll talk about dads maybe intermittently in here, but I'm really, really focusing on the moms. that the mother remembers in a sentimental, touching and moving way her son as a toddler falling asleep on her chest with a lock of her hair clutched in his little fist. The fact that she remembers this as if this were love is foundational to many, 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 if not most, of the world's problems. And this is the woman. The woman has the fantasy of unconditional love because of his addiction to the drug of feigned offspring love. Full. What occurs when a child falls asleep on your chest with a lock of your hair clutched in his tiny little hand? What occurs, my friend, is attachment. It is attachment. It is not love. And to mistake it for love is to set yourself up as the enemy of the child. When you have a child, the child is dependent upon you completely and totally and utterly in a way that no human being will ever, ever, ever be again. That dependence, nature has programmed into children to bond themselves with their parents, to be cute to some degree, to be affectionate to some degree. But a child's attachment to a parent does not arise out of an independent evaluation of that parent's virtue. They can't choose. They don't know, and they are dependent. Children bond with their parents as best as they can because that's what children do, based on attachment theory. The children will attach to their parents by any means whatsoever. And people and parents throughout history, the world over, and not for long, I hope, mistake this attachment for love. For love. Let me tell parents something. If you are listening to this and you have young children, or you are pregnant, or you are thinking of reproducing, let me tell something to you. Let me tell you something. That is the most important thing in terms of philosophy that you will ever, ever, ever hear. You do not have children so they will love you. Where there is such a disparity of power, there is no possibility, not even the slightest shred of possibility. Where there is such a disparity of power and dependence, there cannot be love.
And so it was really, and it remains a surprise to me, the degree of vulnerability that I feel towards my daughter's good opinion of me, or good impression of me, or good thoughts about me. That's something that I've not really heard a lot of parents talk about. In fact, I don't think I've ever read or heard about it.